How to hitch on a new fall. This is the same technique used whether it be a new whip or you are replacing the fall on a whip that the hitches are well worn on and you have to redo the hitches. The technique is the same used. Obviously this whip is new, and so I'm going to have a little bit more lace to work with. To begin, there's a new fall. This whip ends with a 6-strand point. These two laces here are the core, so I am going to differentiate them from the rest by tying a knot. We do not want to use these to hitch the fall on. So to begin, we open up the eye of the fall, work it onto the whip. Slide it up the braid a little bit, and we're going to apply the hitches over the narrower part of the fall, because after all the hitches are in place, we're going to slide the fall through, and the fall gets thicker toward the eye of the fall, and so it'll in essence tighten the hitch even more from the inside. So we're going to start by doing these hitches over the narrow part of the fall. Take the first lace, pull it snug, wrap it around the fall and the body of the whip, bring it through this loop, tighten it up, and then pull it snugly toward the butt of the whip. Bring it underneath the remaining laces, lay it in place, and repeat with the next two laces. Pull snug, wrap it around the body of the whip and the fall through the hole or loop. Pull tight, lay in place. Third lace, same thing. Around the fall, body of the whip, laces through the loop. Tighten it up, lay it in place. Now, you'll notice that as I pulled each one of those laces, they tightened up, but these laces have not yet been tightened. And I don't have to pull these one at a time. I can pull all three of them because these 3 hitches won't let anything back off, and so I typically just pull 1, 2, 3, and now there's even tension on every strand. It's important because if you have one strand that has much more tension than the rest of them, or it's tighter than the rest of them and the rest are loose, that will be the lace that breaks first and before the others can help out or take up the slack, as it were. So we're going to take the bottom lace on the left-hand side, our lace closest to me, wrap it around everything through the loop, pull tight, lay it in place. Next one, wrap it around everything, around the body of the whip, laces, and the fall. Through the loop, pull tight, lay it in place. And the last one, wrap it around everything, through the loop, pull tight. I run it through the eye of the fall. We're going to soap up the fall a little bit with a little bit of braiding soap. If you don't have any plating soap or braiding soap mixed up, use a little bit of leather dressing, the Picard dressing. It'll lubricate it enough to slide through the hitches. We just need it to slip a little bit, because if you pull it and it doesn't have any lubrication, you may distort the hitches a little bit, and you're not going to get the eye of the fall really good and tight against the base of those hitches. So it can be very slippery. It's useful to grab a rag and use it to aid in gripping the end of that fall. Pull it on through, keeping everything straight. Pull it up real good and tight to the base of the hitch. Straighten this lace out. So, and then these hitches can be tightened up even more by tugging on each of the individual laces, and you can see the hitch move, tighten up even more, one at a time, so you've got all of them tight. There's the last one. Let's see what's there. I thought I missed one there. And then we use a knife. Trim them, leave them about 1.25 inches long on those laces. Trim this lace that we pulled through the eye of the fall as well. And I leave this tab on the fall because it's much easier to cut it close without cutting it too close or weakening the fall too much. We can get it, cut it very nice and close to the base of the hitches, and just leave it as is, or roll it between a board and roll between two boards, or board and something else, and there you have a new fall hitched on.